What's up, weebs? Jordan here. So, we have a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen information to get to in this video. We got some information on the new Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie. The release date has already been announced for this December, but we have some more information sprinkling in, character designs, all sorts of really cool stuff. Also, we're going to talk about the Jujutsu Kaisen manga returning to Shonen Jump serialization in a couple of weeks. That is going to be rad. There's been some interesting things going on in the manga that I sort of want to get into without spoiling too much for anybody that's just watching the anime. So, there's a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen information to jump into. Alright, let's get into the video. Okay, so we have some new character designs that were released for Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, the movie, which is coming out this December. We have Inumaki, Maki, and Panda. All these designs are it's pretty much standard, similar to the Jujutsu Kaisen anime that's out. There's nothing really too crazy about these designs themselves, other than you can tell they are a little bit younger because this is a prequel series to Jujutsu Kaisen manga. And this basically, if you don't know anything about Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 0, it follows the story of Yuta. It's pretty much Gigi Akamoto's first run at making Jujutsu Kaisen. Yuta himself is a main shonen protagonist. We have Gojo. We have all the familiar cast in Jujutsu Kaisen. This is basically just a prequel series to Jujutsu Kaisen, and it makes sense that when they released this, and it was a big thing a couple of months ago, that Yuta, spoiler alert, came back into the manga series. And I'm not going to go too much into it if you want to read it yourself, but Yuta is a pretty prominent character in the Jujutsu Kaisen manga universe, so it makes sense that they're sort of pumping out Volume 0 as a movie, kind of sprinkling in information right now in the manga. So just overall, with the Volume 0 movie coming out this December, we're going to be getting more and more information coming up. And we've also received a character design for Yuta himself. It's pretty much standard, similar to what is in the manga volume. So if you want to go check that out, I highly recommend it. Like I said, I love Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 0. It's a nice, compact story, pretty much just kind of taking out all the craziness of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's just a pretty standard shonen story that I really enjoy. We also got some information regarding the return of Jujutsu Kaisen manga. It's going to be coming back to serialization August 2nd. Gigi Akamoto had an illness of some sort. It wasn't too serious, thankfully, because he only had to take about a month off. Honestly, Shonen's been helping mangaka more and more lately with the breaks. I think they're starting to see in mainstream media, in the news, talking about the grind and the pretty difficult life of mangaka, especially in Shonen Jump, which is the brutal competition that comes in that magazine, and just the hard work and pretty much non-stop just grinding of making these manga series that they have to do. I think they are slowly starting to realize that a lot of these artists, these mangaka, need more breaks. And I think, especially with the Gigi Akamoto incident with his illness, them giving him this time off, I think that's a pretty good sign for the future going forward of a lot of these serializations of manga and the mangaka that write them themselves. But overall, the Jujutsu Kaisen manga has been pretty interesting. We're getting, if you haven't read the manga or caught up on it, just a tiny spoiler warning, I'm not going to get too much into it, but basically the aftermath of the Shibuya incident, we're in like this kind of post-war zone, I guess. We got the culling games going on, which the main antagonist has sort of started this like Jujutsu sorcerer game type situation going on. So right now we're just kind of getting the setup for this new arc. Basically right now we're kind of getting more into the clans of Jujutsu Kaisen. We got Maki just going literal ham on her clan. There's some brutal action right now going on in the Jujutsu Kaisen manga. So if you haven't actually caught up to it, I really highly recommend it. There is some how do I put this? I get a little confused reading it sometimes, so I'll have to go back and read chapters a couple of times before I really start to really understand the just power system going on, because it is a little confusing sometimes. But I think as of going forward, they're just basically setting up everything, and it is kind of confusing, I'm not gonna lie. So I think going forward it's going to be a little more easily understandable, and just like I said, if you read it a couple of times you should be fine. But the most important information in this video is Jujutsu Kaisen is hype right now, y'all. There's the movie coming out. We got the mobile game that's going to be coming out eventually. So going forward, there is going to be a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen news. So if you like this video, make sure and leave a like. It really does help out the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, down below me, the subscribe button is there. If you hit it, it would also really help me out, and I would very much appreciate it. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was fun, cool, sweet, rad. Okay, peace.